You study all year. You ace every class. You help your friends. You do extra credit. You go to bed early the night before every test. Then your entire grade comes down to one final exam, and your hand starts shaking over a question you've answered 100 times before. That feeling, the tightening chest, the blank mind, the sudden terrifying thought, what if I forget how to do this? That's a penalty shootout. Welcome to Analogy Studio. Today, why penalty shootouts are the most heartbreaking 12 yards in all of sport. Imagine a student named Maya, 16 years old, glasses she keeps pushing up her nose, a green notebook she carries everywhere with equations scribbled in the margins. All year long, Maya works hard. Not the flashy kind of hard, the quiet kind. She nails her homework. She breezes through every quiz. When her classmates are stuck, they come to her. She explains things with a patience that even her teachers envy. By any honest measure, Maya is brilliant. Then comes the final exam. One silent room, 30 desks, a clock on the wall that suddenly sounds louder than it ever has. The invigilator, a man she's never met, with a clipboard and a face that gives nothing away, places the paper face down in front of her. You may begin. Maya turns the page, and here's the strange thing. The questions aren't even hard. She's solved tougher ones in practice without breaking a sweat. But this time the whole year is riding on it. 12 months of homework, quizzes, projects, compressed into 90 minutes. Her pen feels heavy. Her handwriting, normally neat, turns shaky. She reads question 3 twice and can't hold the numbers in her head. I know this. I know this. Why can't I think? That is a penalty shootout. For 120 exhausting minutes, 2 football teams pour everything they have onto the pitch. They run until their legs burn like they've been dipped in fire, and still, nobody wins. The scoreboard refuses to separate them. So the match gets decided a completely different way. One player, one ball. A white spot 12 yards from goal. A goalkeeper on the line, bouncing on his toes, trying to guess which way to dive. Taking a penalty is easy. The goal is 24 feet wide and 8 feet tall. The goalkeeper can't move off the line until the ball is struck. But this isn't training. 80,000 people are screaming. Flares are smoking in the upper tier. A whole nation, millions of people in living rooms, in pubs, on phones, is holding its collective breath. Your teammates are linked arm in arm on the halfway line, some of them unable to watch, desperate to help, and completely unable to. It's just you, the ball, and the unbearable, crushing weight of the moment. The walk from the halfway line to the penalty spot is the loneliest walk in sport. 36 yards of grass that feel like 36 miles. And when a striker who has scored 1,000 goals suddenly blasts the ball high over the crossbar and into the empty seats behind the goal, it isn't because he forgot how to kick a football. It's because the exam room got too loud. A penalty shootout is football's final exam. After 120 minutes of shared effort, the game quietly switches from a team sport into a series of solo tests. Psychologists have a precise name for what happens: choking under pressure. When the stakes suddenly spike, the brain starts overthinking a movement that's supposed to be automatic. The movement that was fluid becomes mechanical. The shot that was instinctive becomes calculated. And calculated, under pressure, is slow. And slow is where mistakes live. Research shows that teams who shoot first in a shootout win roughly 60% of the time. Not because they're better, but because the second team carries the extra psychological weight. The penalty never actually got harder. The mind made it harder. Penalty shootouts break hearts because they ask the simplest question at the worst possible moment. It was about whether you could stay calm when everything you'd worked for, every tackle, every sprint, every sleepless night, depended on one swing of your foot. The players who score aren't just skilled, they're brave, because the skill was never the hard part. Subscribe for more stories that explain why sport makes us feel so much. See you in the next story.